I'm headed for the Forbidden City today. A late start. They open at 8:30 and it's going on 11 o'clock. I still have to walk all the way through the Tiananmen gate here to the Meridian gate to get in. That's Tiananmen Square over there on the other side. Chairman Mao's mausoleum and the National Museum is over there. Great Hall of the People is there. The line for security off the Tiananmen East exit was a bit more than I thought it would be, but it moved quickly. I probably stood in line for only about 15 minutes. They moved quickly enough. There'll be another line to go through to get tickets into the palace. I'm not feeling too rushed since I left tomorrow to also come here if I need to. I don't know if the weather will be nice though. But as long as I get one nice day here, I shouldn't complain. I avoided coming to Forbidden City, or the Palace Museum as they call it, because of the crowd. I wanted to wait as long into the fall, get further away from the tourist season. The problem is we've now started the first weekend into the Golden Week holiday that spans the beginning of October. Today's the 27th, so a lot of people start their vacation today. I thought that would help because in my experience during the Spring Festival in Shanghai, the city really emptied out and things actually closed down. A lot of the attractions closed down for Chinese Lunar New Year. The other annoying thing about coming here is there are so many choke points around Tiananmen Square with security. Getting off the metro is annoying. They never seem to have enough gates open at the metro here for people to go in and out of. So you have to queue up to get out, and then if you make the mistake of going through the wrong exit like I did this morning, even though I had gone out the exit here, exit B, a number of times and had it marked down on my map, I still managed to go out the wrong gate and had to re-enter, go through security again, pay again, and go out the right exit. Very frustrating. Chairman Mao's portrait is here since that's where he proclaimed from the balcony of Tiananmen Gate, the gate of, was it Heavenly Purity? In 1949, the PRC's founding. October 1949. So now the country's having its, 65th anniversary. You can get tickets and go upstairs to the Gate of Heavenly Purity. I've already done that. I've pretty much done everything I wanted to do in Beijing. With a few exceptions. There were some farther afield things I would have liked to have seen. Marco Polo Bridge. I did get out to the Great Wall once, but there are different sections of the Great Wall, so it would have been nice to get out to at least one other section. Today's an exceptionally clear day as well, so it's a good day for a hike. You don't get a lot of days like this. So if you want to go into the gate, you enter up that way. You have to get tickets and go through security again. There are so many security checkpoints. It's really daunting. You have people ambling around, not sure where they're going. You have to walk around and dodge people like you're in a train station here. So the experience, in my opinion, of coming to Forbidden City, if you're here for three days or so, isn't going to be very nice. It can help if you come here on a nice day and it's not a weekend or a holiday. And then you'll have good weather, which is rather rare in Beijing. We have a day like this maybe once a week. But I'd recommend coming on a weekday. I think they're open 7 days a week. And avoiding any kind of holiday. So I don't know if it'll help or hurt me that today's kind of going into Golden Week. I would tend to think that the city's emptying out, but people may come here and visit before they leave for the vacation today or tomorrow. I don't think many people from the provinces come to Beijing for their vacation, since most people that come here for work tend to be from another province, and this is their opportunity to go home and see family. Most people who are in the provinces, I don't think want to spend their vacation in Beijing either. But I don't know, I'm sure there's a number of people that will come visit here from other countries, since Golden Week kind of extends throughout East Asia. It's a popular thing for tourists in a lot of different countries like Japan, Korea. I think Vietnam may even celebrate Golden Week now. So now we're into another square, and at the top of this square is the Meridian Gate. I always forget the gate that we just passed through that's between Tiananmen Gate and the Meridian Gate. That's the other kind of annoying thing about visiting Forbidden City and some of the other temples. It's very repetitive. You go through one gate, through another gate, through another gate, all along a central axis. And at least like when you visit a cathedral or something in Europe, like it's a standalone building, you know? You look at it from the outside, you appreciate it, you go inside. Here, you're walking through a series of very long corridors and courtyards, and they tend to be miniature versions of each other with very subtle little differences, and it just becomes daunting and annoying, in my opinion. And most of what you see in the Forbidden City, you can see anywhere else in China. You're not seeing things that you couldn't see anywhere else. Even I think in their museum exhibits, you'll see some rare pieces and things like that, but I'm sure most of what we look at was the leftovers that wasn't carted away to Taiwan. So I've read that if you really want to see the best stuff from the imperial collections, you go to Taiwan, and their national museum has it. So I know they do limit the number of people going in. I think it's probably limited to something like 30,000 people a day going into Tiananmen, into Forbidden City. The reason that it's set up like this, and you have to go through so many security checkpoints, besides crowd control and all that, but the original intention was that this was a city unto itself. So the walls here that start at the Meridian Gate that we're looking at, these are the walls that would have surrounded the actual imperial palace that belonged to the emperor and the eunuchs and his entourage, his Empress Dowager, the concubines, etc. Now if you enter over there to the left, that gate will bring you to Zhongshan Park, which I've walked through. It's just a nice park. And over there is the Imperial Workers' Palace, another nice park. each have some temples that are associated with the emperor offering sacrifices and worship to both the ancestors and the gods and agriculture, etc. So they say that the gates here that start with the Meridian Gate and run in a rectangle surrounded by a moat are the only intact city walls in Beijing. The outer walls, the Forbidden City was surrounded by an imperial city that was much larger, and the city walls of that go around what was I think line 1 essentially, and then I think line 2 follows the city walls, the larger city walls. Now where do I buy a ticket? This is a security check. I don't know if I need my ticket yet. I may have passed the area where I buy tickets unknowingly. Where do I buy a ticket? I know I have to buy a ticket somewhere. There is a tourist area for the palace over here to the left. That may be where I get the tickets. I don't remember. I don't know if people have their tickets or not to get in. It looks like they're checking tickets. Do you know where you buy tickets?
Yeah,
Over?
It's, so, you see that building? It's right on the other side of it.
Okay, thanks. Thanks. So back this way, I guess I passed the ticket area. That's frustrating. That's why I gave myself today, just to kind of check it out and come back tomorrow early on my last day and hopefully have a nicer memory of the place. I hate doing anything that involves like multiple security checks and crowd control and getting up super duper early to avoid a crowd. Like, it just ruins it, totally ruins it. It was one thing when I was traveling with my van and I could just camp out. Hello, tickets? Here? Yeah. And I could camp out with my van the night before and get up early, and I'd already be there, and I didn't have any of the hassle of like taking the train, making multiple connections on the train, dealing with all the crowd. It just, by the time you get there, in my opinion, it ruins it. Here's the ticket line. Aha. Last time I came through here, it was in the afternoon. That's one thing I have found, that if you come to Tiananmen Square in the afternoon, it's actually less crowded because Mao's mausoleum closes by noon. So the southern area around Tiananmen, which is the other side of the road where I was initially walking in Tiananmen Square down that way, that gets super crowded in the morning. Everyone shows up to go through Mao's mausoleum. They don't even let you stop. You just basically have to move through at a constant pace. And since they close at noon, you if you go there later, it's like kind of dead. But in the morning, it's insane. And they have like a huge security choke point. As soon as you get off the metro, there's a line there. So you have to do it. You can't come here and not do Forbidden City. But when you look at all the guidebooks that have cutaway diagrams and they show you exactly what you're looking at and all of that, and then you go walk through it to see what the guidebook showed you in like 3D. You know, the guidebooks I have like a 3D aerial map of it, and you kind of say to yourself, why am I doing this? You know, just doing it to do it kind of ruins the experience. But really anything that has a big, huge, long line and crowd, get that feeling. 60 RMB. I think you pay from 40 to 60 depending on if you have any concessions. If your kids are under 12, does that say they're free? Usually it's by height is the way they do it in China. So if you end up having a big kid, he's not free. It doesn't matter how old he is. I think it's 1.2 meters. If he's under 1.2 meters, he's free. Your kid. I guess it would pay to be a midget here, so you could get in for free. Unless you're, I guess they would know that you're not a kid. Alright, well, I'll cut it out and do a new video once I get through security.